We are outside the map, and today we're diving into a part of travel that no one really talks about, at least not honestly. Because while Europe is full of stunning destinations, ancient architecture, postcard villages, and five-star everything, there's a side of luxury travel that can leave you feeling underwhelmed, disconnected, and wondering, is it really worth the price? Let's peel back the curtain and talk about the dark side of luxury tourism in Europe. The overpriced experiences, the staged authenticity, the disappearing locals, and the emotional cost you don't see on the brochure. This is not a video to shame anyone for wanting comfort or quality. It's a video to open your eyes before you drop thousands on a trip that might look incredible online, but feel strangely empty once you're there. In Europe, luxury is not just an experience, it's a statement. But what if that statement comes at a cost higher than money? What if, beneath the glittering surface of Europe's most exclusive destinations, there's a less glamorous reality, one that tourists rarely talk about? Disappointment, crowds, inflated prices, cultural erosion, and a lingering question in your mind. Is it really worth it? Let's dig into the darker, less filtered side of luxury tourism in Europe. Not to ruin the magic, but to give you a deeper lens before you book that €2,000 a night suite or that Michelin-starred meal with a view. The illusion of exclusivity. Let's start with Monaco, the poster child of European luxury. At just over 2 square kilometers, Monaco is the second smallest country in the world. But what it lacks in size, it makes up for in status. Ferraris glide past Versace boutiques, mega yachts fill the harbor, and hotel rooms at Monte Carlo can cost more than your monthly rent. But what do you actually get for those €1,500 a night? A bed, a view, and a brand. You're not just paying for a stay, you're paying to say you stayed there. What few mention is how sterile it all feels. Walk the streets and you'll notice something strange. Everything's polished, but nothing feels alive. Locals are scarce, replaced by a rotating cast of influencers and wealthy tourists. Cafes exist for Instagram backdrops, not conversation. Even the beaches are mostly private. Is it luxury? Sure, but is it real? Now, let's hop to Santorini, the iconic Greek island of whitewashed houses and blue-domed churches. The place where influencers, honeymooners, and cruise ships converge for that perfect sunset photo. But here's the catch. In high season, the island receives more than 10,000 tourists per day, while its permanent population is under 15,000. The result? Overpriced accommodations, long lines, overcrowded alleys, and a sunset that's become a battle for the best selfie spot. Some people stand for hours just to secure a view, and end up watching the sunset through someone else's phone. That moment of peace you imagined? Gone. You can pay €1,000 for a room with an infinity pool in Oya, but no amount of money will buy back the silence, the space, or the authenticity that once made this island magical. Venice tells a similar story. Yes, it's romantic. Gondolas, canals, Baroque architecture, but try visiting in summer. You'll share those canals with hundreds of other gondolas, each charging upwards of €80 for 30 minutes, often through waters that now feel more like a tourist carousel than a cultural experience. The gondolier might sing, sure, but it's the same song he's sung all day, for Instagram, not from the heart. Even hotels that boast authentic Venetian luxury are often run by large hotel chains, far removed from the city's roots. And while you sip Prosecco in your €600 suite, you might not notice that the family who once lived in that building had to move to the mainland because they could no longer afford the rent. The cost beyond money. Luxury travel doesn't just impact your wallet, it reshapes entire cities. Let's talk about Paris, the city of light. A dinner at a rooftop restaurant with a view of the Eiffel Tower might set you back €400 or more per person. And yes, the view is stunning. The food, likely delicious. But does it justify the price? Here's what you might not see. These high-end spots are often filled with tripods, influencers, staged lighting, and waitstaff trained more for performance than hospitality. You'll pay a premium not for solitude or soul, but for proximity, to the symbol of a city that's slowly being hollowed out by mass tourism. Paris still has soul, but it's harder to find when you stay in a bubble built for foreign millionaires. Take Courchevel 1,850. One of the most exclusive ski resorts in the French Alps. Here, renting a chalet can cost up to €100,000 for a week, not including private chefs, chauffeurs, or ski instructors. It's a playground for Russian oligarchs, celebrities, and billionaires. But it's also a place where seasonal workers live in cramped dorms. where local businesses can't compete with international brands, and where the local culture has been swallowed by the myth of luxury. Then there's Portofino on Italy's Ligurian coast. Once a fishing village, now a luxury marina, where a cappuccino can cost 12 euros. It's beautiful, yes. But when even the locals can't afford to sit on their own piazza, who is the town really for? And that brings us to an uncomfortable truth. Many of Europe's most luxurious destinations have stopped being places to live and turned into products to sell. Local bakeries become concept stores. Traditional taverns turn into gastro experiences. You don't visit a town anymore, you consume a brand. The emotional price of luxury. Let's talk feelings. Many travelers save for years for that once-in-a-lifetime European trip. They imagine enchantment, elegance, emotion. They imagine the version of Europe they saw in movies or on Pinterest boards. But what happens when that fantasy meets reality? You arrive at the Eiffel Tower and realize you're sharing the moment with 2,000 other people. You check into your luxury hotel and discover it's mostly about status, not service. You take that gondola ride in Venice and feel bored. Not because the place isn't beautiful, but because the experience feels scripted, commodified, empty. Luxury, at its best, should make you feel special. But modern luxury tourism often makes you feel like just another number in a very expensive queue. It also triggers something deeper, comparison. You're in a dream destination, but instead of enjoying it, you're thinking, is this worth what I paid? Should I have chosen that other hotel? Am I having as much fun as the people I follow on Instagram? Rethinking what luxury means. Now, this isn't to say that luxury is evil, far from it. There are luxury experiences in Europe that are respectful, sustainable, and truly enriching. Boutique hotels that celebrate local culture, private tours led by historians, restaurants that serve recipes passed down for generations, not curated for a hashtag. But those aren't always the ones that go viral. So maybe we need to rethink the concept of luxury. Maybe real luxury is time, waking up without an alarm in a quiet village in the Pyrenees, space, wandering through a medieval town in the off-season with the streets all to yourself, connection, sharing a meal with a local family who invites you into their home, freedom, ditching the schedule, renting a car, and discovering a hidden lake in Slovenia, simplicity, buying bread, cheese, and wine, and watching the sun set over a Tuscan hill. These things don't come with a price tag, but they stay with you. And ironically, they're becoming the new luxury, because in a world obsessed with status and spectacle, finding stillness, sincerity, and soul is rare. So next time you're tempted to book that infinity pool suite in the Amalfi Coast for 3,000 euros a night, ask yourself, is this for me or for my followers? Will I remember this or just photograph it? Am I buying comfort or am I avoiding discomfort? Sometimes luxury is just another layer between you and the world. Take it off. Let the cold cobblestones hit your feet. Let the wind mess up your hair on a ferry in the Baltic. Let a street musician in Lisbon change your day with a song. Let the unexpected happen. That's not just travel, that's life. So, is luxury tourism in Europe worth it? Sometimes. But not always in the way you think. Not when it's only about money or appearances or prestige. True luxury is about how deeply you experience a place, not how expensively. And Europe is overflowing with unforgettable experiences. Many of them aren't even marked on the map. So maybe the real question isn't how much did it cost, but how much did it move me? If you've ever splurged on a luxury trip and felt underwhelmed, you're not alone. And if you've had a simple, spontaneous moment that felt priceless, you've tasted the real essence of travel. Let's keep chasing that. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and check out the video on screen for our favorite affordable but deeply authentic places in Europe. Spots that don't break the bank, but feel like the real thing. You can also check out our video about some hidden gem beaches in Europe. See you in other videos of our channel.